At the Secret Service, the extent of the problem is clear. This suitcase was confiscated at a New York airport. And these fakes are by no means the best.
Here in Counterfeit Division, we see everything ranging from this highly deceptive $100 note that's produced in Colombia all the way down to this inkjet-produced counterfeit $100 note that was probably produced in someone's basement or garage.
Details about these counterfeit notes are entered into a database at the Secret Service. The computer will identify other fakes that have similar features. Document analyst Scott Bradley then goes to the file vault that holds samples of other counterfeits. He's looking for the bills that the computer identified as possible matches with the new note. He uses high magnification to hunt for tiny defects in the printing.
When I find a defect, then I'm going to try and match that defect on my new note to a defect of a note that I pulled from the vault.
This time, Scott believes he's found a match. The printed lines on the edge of both these bills have the same tiny hitch.
For the counterfeiter, the toughest part of making a good counterfeit note is simulating the paper.
And the toughest feature to simulate is the watermark.
This is a note that we're seeing under normal lighting conditions, a counterfeit note. You can sort of see that there's a watermark image there. When I change the light source to a transmitted light, a light that's coming through the note from underneath, then we're able to see the simulated counterfeit watermark image that's on this note. When I change to an ultraviolet light source, this particular note changes so that I can still see the watermark. And on a genuine note, a true watermark wouldn't behave this way under ultraviolet light.
It's not just the watermark, but the paper itself that's different under ultraviolet light. When the light changes to ultraviolet, only the fake paper, which contains chemical whiteners, remains visible. Forensic scientists also use other methods to extract valuable clues from fake money. First, the notes are bathed in a special chemical. The chemical will react with any amino acids on the paper. Amino acids are residue left by fingerprints. When the bills are heated, an amazing transformation takes place. These could be the fingerprints of the counterfeiter. Sometimes, scientists must use more high-tech means to get fingerprints. This fake note has been treated with a special chemical. Now it's examined through orange glasses. When a laser light is turned on, the fingerprints glow. The Secret Service can compare these fingerprints to those in a special database that holds the fingerprints of all U.S. citizens convicted of a misdemeanor. If there's a match, they may have found the counterfeiter. In 1999, the Secret Service was able to arrest almost 4,000 counterfeiters.
I think the number one reason counterfeiters get caught is greed. They can't wait to try to pass the product that they've produced. Each time a counterfeiter passes a note, he is helping us because that creates new evidence, either through the actual counterfeit notes or through witnesses that help us identify him.
But the most dangerous counterfeiters remain at large. They're the ones who produce the so-called super note, a fake $100 bill that looks amazingly authentic. The Secret Service believes that the supernote is printed on the same type of intaglio presses as genuine U.S. currency. These Swiss-made presses are so expensive that the Secret Service suspects a foreign government may be involved. So the hunt for the counterfeiters goes on.
I think we always have to remember that the criminal mind is sufficiently creative that we always have to keep a jump ahead of them, and that means constantly changing.
The changes to currency will occur much more rapidly than they have in the past. We project that currency designs will have to be changed, or at least augmented with new security features, every 7 to 10 to 12 years or so.
But there's one thing about U.S. currency that won't change, and that's the role of the Federal Reserve as its guardian. Most Americans don't understand how their central bank functions. But at Federal Reserve headquarters, they're trying to change that.
One of the reasons so many of us support this program is its impact on the students who participate.
These students are finalists in an annual competition called the Fed Challenge.
And have fun, but remember, central bankers never smile.
Like the real Board of Governors, these would-be central bankers argue the fine points of monetary policy. The winner will be the team that best understands the tremendous changes sweeping through the economy.
What we at the Fed have to try to do is to say, what's really happening in the economy that makes it do so fabulously well, and what's the best thing we can do to contribute to that? That's our biggest challenge.
The winner is Midland, Texas.
These students have developed an understanding of the real purpose of the world's mightiest bank.
The Federal Reserve cannot create growth and prosperity. The American people do that. Our job is to try to make sure that conditions are in place that enable them to do their thing, and all of our decisions are made based on that.